feel pretty tired and drained and basically quite overworked, but you keep on pushing on and doing the same old stuff again and again and again, and you know you're not really looking after yourself, and what you need to do is to really up-level your self-care. Well, there could be two reasons. Either you are a very empathic person and you keep on feeling other people's energy as well as your own, and because you are having patterns inside that are pleasing always others, that tell you to please others. And you probably have tried to help yourself, and you try to meditate every day. Maybe you do a course here and there online, or you listen to videos to kind of educate yourself a bit more, but you know that you are not doing enough to help yourself, to actually look after you and not all the other people. Does that ring a bell? If you find it really hard to look after yourself, and you know you should and need to, and you find it difficult to think about yourself because you always please others, then this video is for you. Hey, I am a self-love mentor, I'm an energy healer, and I am a spiritual guide, and I'm here to help you to really come back to your own self so that you can be authentic and that you can love yourself first. Fill your own cup and become the highest, most radiant version of yourself. So I want to give you a few insights and practices and tips that you can do to help yourself to get out of that vicious circle. And I have a friend who is in this situation, and I've watched her, and I know how hard it is when you have no help, and when you haven't drawn a line in the sand, and when you haven't told yourself enough is enough, I need to do something now. So you have to get to that place where you are deciding to actually help yourself, because otherwise you will not do it. It is an unconscious pattern that you are in, and it's like a habit, it's an autopilot pattern, and therefore it does happen by itself. You don't have to do anything for it, but what you have to do is to stop it. So you need to use effort, consciousness, and more awareness to stop that pattern. Otherwise it really will go on forever. So that's number one decision to make. Do you want to stop that pattern? And are you willing to put in the effort? It is a bit like doing yoga every day, or going out for a run every day because you really want to get fitter and you love running, and you want to maybe you want to have an achievement of doing a half marathon, or you want to simply do more cycling because you actually love doing that activity. And you keep on saying, oh no, it's not necessary, I don't need to do this. Well, yes, it is actually. Because whatever you are enjoying is a very necessary thing to do. The mind will tell you otherwise. So you have been listening to your mind and to your unconscious mind, and you haven't stopped and asked yourself, do I actually want to do this? Do I want to keep doing the same old trot? So make the decision, no, I don't want to do it anymore. And at the end of the video, I'm actually going to give you the most important thing that you have to do in order to succeed. Because we all know that we have these resolutions, and we have these goals and the desires, and it feels good for a while and you feel really into it, and then it doesn't happen. So first of all, become aware of what you're actually doing. Become aware of the pattern that you are following unconsciously, or let's say subconsciously, because you can see it. It's not totally hidden. You can see the results. You see you are doing all these things, and then ask yourself, do I actually want to do these things at the end of the day? When you look back, you're probably telling stories about other people. Oh, they are always asking me for help. They are always asking my assistance. They ask me for favors. Oh, they need my help because they're my child, even though they're already 21 or whatever, or 25. And you still feel you keep you need to help your children, you know, and really you don't, and you know that, but you find it hard to let go of that. So that's, for instance, one insight that you can take away and make a decision. I am no longer going to help my child. They are old enough. I will talk to them, I will advise them, but I don't need to be the one who constantly gives them money or who irons out their problems. And instead, you actually give them more power by doing that. You are trusting they can do it themselves. They are their own powerful being. And if I keep on helping them, they can't empower themselves. So when you stop helping other people, like your children or parents, you know, other close family members or friends, they can always help themselves. There's always another choice. It doesn't lie on your shoulders to help them. And you probably have a pattern that says that you should, that you need to. Maybe you were guilt-tripped into helping others in the past when you were a child. So look into that. Why is it that you're doing these things for other people? Become really clear. How come I do this? Ask yourself again and again, how come I do this? And write it out. So by knowing why you're doing certain things, you can stop it much easier. You can see it clearly, because if you don't see it clearly, you just follow the pattern, the automatic pattern. So that's the first step, to become clear that you don't have to tell a story about other people, and you don't have to blame them the way they are and what they're doing, and they shouldn't be asking you always for help. Stop doing that. Stop looking on the outside altogether. It's never about anybody else. You are the one who is allowing these people to trample all over you, to lean on you, to pull on you, to ask you for favors, and so on. So it's to do with you, isn't it? You need to say, no, I am not, I can't, sorry. I am looking after myself now. Because you let your battery run empty, haven't you? So if you feel it's time to fill up your own cup again and to let the other people do whatever they need to do, but not with you involving them, you know, you don't have to be in their lives. Yes, of course, you help them and by talking and so on, yeah, but you don't have to do all this stuff for them. So this is very, very important. Don't drain your own battery. Come back to yourself, fill up your own battery now. This is this thing that you have to do in order to function and get out of this pattern. So by becoming aware of why you're doing the pleasing and obliging, that's the first thing, okay? No more complaining, no more wanting other people to be different. Don't look on the outside, okay? Very, very important. So, and once you've done that, your energy is now back with you, isn't it? So now there's no more excuse, you know, oh, it's because so-and-so does that and that. No, that you can't say that anymore, right? Now it's all about taking your full responsibility for what happens in your life. Because whatever is happening in your life is actually something that you are creating with your thoughts and with your beliefs. It's as simple as that. A lot of people don't want to hear that, and then this channel probably isn't for you. I want to help you to become empowered and fully responsible for yourself. So you don't have to lean on others, so you don't blame others, so you don't have excuses to stop playing small or being the poor me who is always drained and tired. So now look at what do you need to change. You might do a job that is totally not suited for you. If you are an empathic person and you are doing a lot of caring for others, it might be too much. And you might know that already. You probably have told yourself that lots of times, and you don't do anything about it. And you could tell yourself, oh yeah, but then I don't have enough money if I change my job. You might find, oh, I can't find another job, it's too difficult, or it might be worse than what I have. Now, do these thoughts help you to move forward? They are excuses again. They are part of the programming that doesn't want you to change. So your subconscious mind comes up with negative thinking. to stop you from changing. It's completely crazy, but your unconscious mind is actually not helping you. It only knows about the pattern that you have practiced, and it has become a habit for decades. And that's what it does. It's just always doing stuff on autopilot that you have let it do, or you have trained it to do sometimes. So now it's about finding good feeling thoughts that help you to actually get to your goal. So maybe you do want to look for another job. So now write out a lot of positive thoughts that are helping you to actually get there. And to think about, what is it like when you have this other job? How would you like it to be? And don't look at reality, what other people have experienced. That's their stuff, that's their creation. So if you want to have a nice job that's easy, that is in a nice, pleasing, peaceful environment, write that out. If you want to work with people who are along your line, they're like-minded, you get on with them, they are happy people, write that on your list. So write everything on your list, what you actually want, even though you maybe haven't experienced it. But you can dream about it, right? You can imagine it. And if you can't even do that, then it's not possible to create that. This is the beginning. If you can think about something and you can imagine it and you can put yourself in the picture and see yourself going to this beautiful new job where everything is so easy and it flows and people are so nice, and you come home feeling energized, or at least feeling good. Oh, this was good. I've achieved something here. I did a good job. I contributed. This is what you can imagine, right? And this is the second step, to actually focus on what you want, and don't let your mind come up with all these negative assumptions that are totally pulled out of the air. They're just made up, basically. So, and then, well, keep on working on what is holding you back. You know, there is usually two things. It's either an unresolved pattern from your childhood that is stopping you because of guilt, say, for instance, or some shame. It's stopping you to be yourself. It's stopping you to allow yourself to be your true, authentic self. And instead you feel you need to do something for the others, because only then you are a good one, good girl, good boy, whatever, yeah? And that, of course, isn't true. And it's not loving, isn't it? You're not loving yourself. You're not actually supporting yourself in a loving way. This is very important to always ask yourself, is this loving what I'm doing here to myself? And if the answer is no, then you can be 100% sure that you're on the wrong path, that you're coming from thoughts, beliefs, and programming that isn't supporting you. It's based on fear or false assumption. And we all have these, we are all conditioned as well. And we all have to look at every thought and belief that we are having that is creating a reality that we don't want, we don't enjoy, and it doesn't feel good to us. So our task is to find a way of thinking and acting and being in the world that is beneficial, that feels good, that's uplifting, that's peaceful and loving for ourselves. This is basically our task as human beings. We all need to do that. And most people just survive or want to get by or want to have enough money so that they then can have the good life. Constantly working towards the good money or the better job in order to have a good life. So it's an ongoing hamster wheel experience. But really, you can have a good feeling, thinking experience right now by actually coming back to your heart and to this moment and to feeling inside your own heart and giving your own love to yourself by not following the old patterns, to just stop and be at peace. Stop doing what is not helping you. This is the first step. So if you like this already, if you feel this is actually helping you, please give my video a like so more people can see it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to have more tips, insights and practices to help yourself to love yourself more, so that you can empower yourself and be a better and higher and more radiant version of yourself. And now I want to give you the most important thing that you need to have to get there, to get to your goal. I've noticed like a few weeks ago that I wasn't doing my yoga every day. I kind of was lapsing. Something inside me, oh, can't be bothered, I do it tomorrow. You know, I thought, what's that, you know? And it's so easy to follow that. It's always easy to be lazy, really. And it's always easy to not do something. And I noticed that I didn't have a strong enough, why should I do this? Why should I bother? And then I realized, oh my God, that's it. So if you just do something and you don't really know why you're doing it, and you just feel, oh, this is just too much effort, it's only effort and I don't really want to do it, then you won't. But then I realized I want to do this yoga because I love dancing tango. And for dancing tango, you can always do better when you're doing yoga. I also don't want to age. You know, I don't want to be you know, like some people already get ill in my age, you know, and they're having problems with their hips and with their knees and with their feet or whatever. And I want to keep healthy as long as possible. So that's a very strong why. You know, I want to stay fit as long as possible. And because I love the dancing, this is one of the most important things for me in my life. I have a very strong why to do my yoga. This made all the difference. It's just complete, it's such an upliftment when you have a strong why, you know, that you're working towards every day. Yeah, of course, I love doing my yoga. This is helping me to stay young, to stay fit, and to dance better. So find your strong why, but make it really heart-centered. Make it very real for you. This is just for you, not for anybody else. It's so that you feel uplifted, that you feel more joyous, and you feel more in love with yourself. And that way you're going to fill up your cup more and more and more. And if you need help and you feel like this is really hard work, but you are dedicated to uplift yourself to a higher version of yourself, just reach out and book a free call with me, a discovery call where we find out what's actually really holding you back to become your higher version of yourself. I want to help you to really uncover what is holding you back, to help you with your childhood patterns and the old wounds that are still unresolved. And I want to help you to think differently, to become aware of what is holding you back, you know, the way you're thinking. It's always to do with thinking. And it's got to do with unresolved patterns, actually, that are still stuck in your body, in your unconscious mind. That's what we work on mostly. And I'm also helping you to actually manifest your next version of yourself, your future self. So let me know if that interests you, and I look forward to being with you again next time. Bye for now.